Hey guys, it's Turn Up for Ethan here, and today I'll be showing you guys my personal favorite Nerf guns. As always, remember to drop the video a big fat like to show your support for the channel, and to show that you're active, let's try to break 100 likes. Thank you, as always, for the support, you guys. You guys definitely always come through for me, and I love the comments that you leave me as well. It just always makes me smile, so thank you for that. Let's get into the video. So NERF has a ton of Nerf blasters ever since they started back in the, what is it now, 1900s, whatever that was. But back when they started back then, they started releasing all the Nerf guns, like the first one, which was like the Blast-A-Ball or something. That one seems really cool. I want to get my hands on one of those. But today's video is on my personal favorite Nerf blasters. Now, I know there's a ton of them out there, and before I've counted down the top 10 Nerf guns ever, and that was a really fun video to make, and I counted down based on like range or like accuracy or how good they were or whatever. But today I'll be showing you guys my personal favorite Nerf blasters. These are just cool blasters, and I like them for a certain reason, because they're really fun to play with or something. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so our very first blaster is my very first blaster, actually. This is going to be the NERF N-Strike Maverick. This was, in fact, my very first Nerf blaster ever. It's the Maverick Rev 6. It is painted pretty badly, because for some reason I had the urge to paint it. What did I call this? Oh, so I called this the Elite Maverick. It's kind of funny, but this is a regular Maverick. I just painted it, and of course it's not modded at all. It's the same Maverick it's always been, and it's definitely a great gun. As you can see, the return spring is broken, so you know, that's it. But I've had this ever since I was a kid, maybe when I was like, I don't know, 6 years old. I've had this. So it's a really great blaster, and I definitely like this thing a lot. It's really sentimental to me, and it just brings back those old childhood memories. So yeah, this is the Maverick. So my next blaster has to be, just for the style points, it's the NERF Zombie Strike Slingfire. Now this thing's a lot of fun because I can wield it with one hand, or I can also do some nice style points and bring it all the way around and flip it like that. I guess you could say it's kind of a trick shot or something like that, but it's definitely pretty cool, and I can just go like that. It's a great blaster, and it also has the bonus of being clip fed, clip fed, clip fed. Clip fed. How could this happen to me? So, you know, you can exchange this with a different magazine or something. So it's pretty practical for wars as well. Personally, I wouldn't use it in a war unless it was just like no lives or whatever, and it's just for fun. It's a really cool gun, and I definitely like how it's made, and just like the stock and all that. It's really cool, and that's the reason why I like the Slingfire. Alright, so our third one is just a really fun blaster. It has to be the Iron Man blaster from Captain America Civil War. I think this is called like the Slide Blast Armor, something like that. It's definitely a really cool gun. It's not really a gun, it's more of like, I don't know, a thing that's held on your hand? I don't know. But you go ahead and pull it back, and then you have 2 shots in this barrel. And it also, of course, has this, and it can go like that. So that's pretty cool. It's cool how you can just be like, boom, and then you can block darts or something like that. It's pretty cool, and it just straps right onto your wrist, like so, and you have 2 darts to fire. Definitely would not use this in a Nerf war, but it's a lot of fun, and it also has 2 dart holders back here, 2 triggers, one for the release, and then one to fire the darts. It's definitely really fun. I just like this thing for all those cool things. I love the movie, and this thing's just a cool thing to have around. And it's just fun to sometimes just be like, It's definitely a cool thing to do. Okay, I know you guys are gonna hate me a lot for this one, but I actually like this blaster a little. This is gonna be the NERF Cam ECS-12. Now, before you say anything about that gun sucks, why did you put that on your list? Dislike, dislike, dislike. Well, let me first tell you, I got this for $40 on Black Friday. That's just about how much a Demolisher is. And this thing is quiet, and it has a built-in camera. The camera stinks, but I'd rather have the camera than the missile launcher just because it's more fun. I just think it's a little cooler. And it, of course, comes with a 12 dart. I was so close to saying it right there. Oh my gosh. It's a 12 dart magazine that slides right into your blaster. As always, it's clip fed and it's semi-auto. Just like that. And this is one of the quietest flywheel blasters I've ever heard. This thing's super quiet. Listen to that. So quiet. The camera stinks, especially when you're shooting, but it's really cool to have. But of course, it does have a built-in stock that is really comfortable, actually. It's just really nice. I actually do like this blaster. The weight is well distributed. It doesn't have the jam door on the top. It actually has it on the side, which I do kind of like a little better because you can just go right there and just open it instead of reaching for the top. I like side a little bit more, but that's just preference. And I actually like this blaster. If you've seen my thumbnails for the top 10 Nerf guns ever, both of them, I did have the NERF Cam in there. I don't know why I did that, but it was just for fun. And I just am a fan of this blaster. I was gonna say I was a big fan, but I'm not a huge fan. But I actually think this is one of my personal favorites because I got it for a good deal. And it's quiet flywheels. And it's just good in that sort of way. So that's the NERF Cam as one of my personal favorite blasters. Alright, this thing had to be on the list just because it's so much fun, and that is going to be the NERF Dual Strike. The Elite Dual Strike, the Mega Dual Strike, whatever you want to call it, because it fires Elite darts and Mega darts, which is pretty cool in fact, because it just has a little switch that you just switch from Mega to Elite, and I just think that's pretty cool. And I had a lot of fun in my NERF Elite Dual Strike review, where I just put on some sunglasses, and then I was like, I feel so tactical flipping this switch. That was fun to do. I remember when I did that back in the day, but it's definitely a really cool blaster, and it has decent performance as well. I just think it's really cool because it has a little flip, where you flip from Mega, and then you can flip from Mega to Elite. I just think that's a really cool thing. And of course, you just pull this thing back, and then you fire one dart. It holds 3 NERF Elite darts and 3 Mega darts. Definitely really cool there because if you needed like bonus points in a game, like if you get hit with a Mega, then it's more points or something, then you can just flip this switch and then be like, haha, and then shoot them with the Mega dart. I think that's definitely pretty cool. And yeah, that's the NERF Elite Mega Dual Strike as my next personal favorite blaster. Alright, if you've seen my review on this blaster, you know that it's going to be on the list. This has to be the NERF Doomland's Impact Zone Desolator. Now this thing is the beast. This thing's so much fun to use. It has a really cool pivot grip or whatever right there that you can just hold on to. It's really comfy. My only complaint is that this stock is a little bit thin, but I can live with that, and it comes with a really cool banana magazine as well, and that just slides into the blaster because it is clip fed as well, which is really nice, and it is semi-auto. So as you already know, just hold down this trigger. I had struggled there, but hold down the trigger and then pull that, and every time you pull the trigger, it fires a single dart. It has a really cool transparency right there. Not on the other side because they get lazy there, but it does look pretty cool from right here, and you can see like the darts be propelled forward, which is pretty cool. And I really love holding onto the blaster right there. It's really comfortable, and where it says NERF and Doomland's Impact Zone and Desolator, I just think that's really cool, and I love the paint job as well. So, I've said so many positive things about this blaster because this blaster is pretty cool. So, that's the Doomlands Impact Zone Desolator as my next personal favorite blaster. Love this thing a lot, and I'll probably modify it and use it for a war sometime. So, be tuned in for that. And yeah, that's the Doomlands Impact Zone Desolator. Okay, no matter what, this one had to be on the list. It's pretty much on any list you've ever seen, and it's gonna be the Strife. Now, this one's definitely, you know it, it's painted, and it's a pretty bad paint job, but I made this like 2 years ago. Now, it's pretty cool though. Then I put like a glossy finish over it. It's pretty cool, and that's when I couldn't figure out how to take apart the blaster, so I just painted it with like a regular brush, and then I painted this green stripe right there. I didn't take apart the blaster at all, and it's still pretty cool. I didn't hit the trigger or anything, and I still think that's pretty cool. So definitely the Strife is a definite, what the heck? The Strife is definitely a very cool blaster. It has a 6-dart magazine included with the blaster, and of course it has a stock attachment point and a barrel attachment point. This thing is like the basis for mostly all the integrations. If you want to do a Straven, if you want to do like a striper fire, I believe. I've seen that before. I think that's really cool. I think I'm gonna make one of my own, but that's in the future. And this is really good for all the integrations, like the Strife Fly, I think. It's a Strife Firefly mix. I've seen that before as well. And it's definitely a really fun blaster. This is, of course, another semi-auto blaster. We've still got one more in the list. All the semi-auto blasters are a lot of fun. But, of course, this is the Strife. It's on any nerfer's personal favorite list to me. But, yeah, it's a really cool blaster. And I definitely recommend checking this one out as, like, a first buy or something, because it's just a really cool blaster. And it's like a basis for all other mods or something like that. And that's the Strife as another one of my personal favorites. Alright, so these are my last 2 personal favorite blasters, and they are in order this time, and these are my top 2 personal favorite blasters. So first up is the NERF Elite Alpha Trooper. Now, I definitely love this thing. This thing is one of the best springers I've ever had. It's a lot of fun. So, of course, you pump back and you push forward, and then pull the trigger to fire 1 dart, or you can hold down the trigger and then keep pumping for slam fire like this. And it works that way as well. And of course, it is magazine fed, so you can go like this and then swap it out for another magazine. It comes with a 12 dart magazine, and you just shove that back into your blaster and keep firing. It has 1 stock attachment point at the back, so you know you can put on a stock if you wish, and 1 tactical rail right there. Sorry, Coop, I didn't mean that. 1 tactical rail right there for all your needs. And of course, jam door at the top. It's a really simple blaster, but I still like it just because it's really fun. I know the Rampage is like the same thing, but it has the magazine protruding out of the side, and this one has it protruding from the bottom, which I like a lot better personally. But these days the Alpha Trooper is really hard to get your hands on, and I actually got this one from eBay when it was like priced at a certain price, and I grabbed it because I definitely wanted an unmodified Alpha Trooper. For those of you who don't know, I did have an Elite Alpha Trooper build project, which is still going on. I just haven't had time to do that yet. But this is an unmodified Alpha Trooper. It's definitely a really cool blaster. Even unmodified, I definitely like it. And yeah, that's the Alpha Trooper as one of my personal favorite blasters. Alright, I have a story to tell for this very last one. So back in the day, this was like my second video, I think. I posted a review of a certain blaster. You had to be there to see it. It was so funny. It was like the cringiest video ever. It's really bad. You could barely hear me at all. I think it was like 100 subs. I had like 100 subscribers back then before I deleted the video because it was so bad. But This blaster is my favorite blaster of all time. I love this blaster. It's that good. And for those of you who've subscribed to me for a long time, you probably know what it is. Guess in the comment section below right now. See if you can get it right. I want to see what you guys put out, but can you see it? I don't know. But this is going to be the NERF Raven. Now, I love this thing. This thing is so much fun. It's a bullpup flywheel blaster. As you can see, the magazine is behind the trigger, so it doesn't really do anything in performance, but it actually makes the blaster a lot more comfortable. They have this really nice built-in stock right here that you can just put against your shoulder, and it's just so comfortable. And then right here, it has a barrel attachment point for all your barrel needs, and then you have a tactical rail, and then the jam door is all the way back here, which I think is pretty cool. So quick access right there, and it's just so comfortable. When I mentioned in my Desolator review, I said that the Desolator was a lot like the Raven because it had a built-in stock, but the Raven is just so comfortable. I just really like it that much. It's a lot of fun to use. I've never had it jam. I like it more than the Strife because it doesn't have as many locks. And it's just that much fun. I got it on Amazon for $35 before they went so high now. They're like, I think like $200 on Amazon now, because I think they discontinued the blaster, but I just love this thing. It's just so much fun. Definitely putting this in my arsenal for years to come. I don't think I'll ever mod this just because I can't risk breaking this blaster. And of course, I put the worker magazine in there because I don't really like the included 18-round magazine. It's like a glow-in-the-dark one. I don't really need it that much. But the glow-in-the-dark has like the glow-in-the-dark darts as well, and that's why you see the NERF logo in green, which makes the blaster even more cool, and then the Raven sign in green as well. But the worker magazine does look really cool in the Raven as well. Looks like a really cool gun, and it's a really cool gun in real life. It's really fun to use, and of course, like I mentioned, it is semi-auto, so just pull the trigger, and every time you pull the trigger, it fires one dart. Really cool in that way, and I just love this blaster so much. It's hard to explain that way, but it's just a lot of fun. So that's the very last blaster. Before that, this one was the Alpha Trooper, which was my second favorite NERF blaster ever, but the Raven is just my favorite. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my personal favorite NERF blasters, and of course the final one was the Raven. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, type a comment, and shoot that subscribe button. Shoot that subscribe button. It's a good one. It's a good one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, remember to turn up that volume. I'll see you guys later.